Happy Halloween season, and welcome to Top Rope Spoilers for On the Ring Apron's Halloween Havoc with WWE and NXT. Uh-oh. She's not coming in here alone either.
No, I brought my bat.
Bat has a name.
Lucille.
There you go. And who remembers back to the Fiend days when you got the big scary head? Remember how hard it was to find this thing when it first came out?
How many months did it take you?
1. Unfortunately, it did not show up in time for Halloween, and I still won the costume contest anyway.
You're welcome.
Alyssa behind the camera, say hello.
Hey, y'all.
Rest assured she's dressed spooky, okay? But you won't see it, but take our word for it. She's dressed spooky.
Yeah.
But welcome to Top Rope Spoilers for Halloween Havoc, coming up this Saturday on the WWE Network. The theme song for Halloween Havoc was Atom Bomb with "They Only Love You When You're Dead." That's a very long name for a song, but we'll take it. If you're a fan of, like 90s things like, I guess, Scotty Doesn't Know or something like that, it's right up your alley. But it's a decent song. Not going to hit my top 10 anytime soon, but I like it.
I like it. But you also, in the 90s, I was listening to stuff like this, Linkin Park, Korn.
So in our opinion, does that answer a lot of questions? Let us know in the comments. But either way, we thought we were going to be able to go live to this, but unfortunately some travel difficulties have kind of derailed us, so I don't think we're going to be able to make it to this one. So we'll be watching on the network just like the rest of you, unless, some miracle happens and somebody decides not to board a plane. Maybe they leave Kevin at home. Oh, that was a Christmas reference. I used it too early. Let's check out the scoreboard here. As we bring us in from the Extreme Rules weekend. Kia, did you have a fun trip in Philly?
I very much did. Hi, Tim. Hi, Connor. I know you're watching.
Making new friends and having a lot of fun out there. And if you haven't seen the YouTube, go take a look. Those videos were fantastic.
Thank you. For my first time, I was nervous. I had competition. I was going up technically against Alyssa, who did very well for her first time, and you've been doing this for some time now. So glad that it was what everybody expected. And
you were rewarded with the highest score of the pay-per-view as well. I think you missed one.
I'm mad at Drew for not winning. I should have gone with Carrion, but I love Drew. It's okay.
Well, it gets you a little bit closer. You were the one who honestly needed the most, that live event out of the most, but it gets you caught up with Alyssa, who both are square at 40. The OTRAs ended up picking up 3, so they're sitting at 42. I've still got a 3-point edge at 45. I was able to get 4 out of 6 from Extreme Rules, so I hold on to a 3-point advantage. For the OTRAs, of course, as you hear on all of our episodes, but in case you're new, you have the opportunity to be able to vote on behalf of all of our members and all of our fans and followers, supporters, whatever you want to call yourselves. So an opportunity for you to be able to go to our community page on YouTube and be able to cast your vote. You have all the way up until the match officially starts to go ahead and put in your votes, and then whoever has the highest percentage at the time will be who the OTRAs have for that particular match. But let's move into Halloween Havoc, and first let's reintroduce, I guess, the hosts of Halloween Havoc. Quincy Elliott getting his first opportunity to have a duty other than that. His eccentric style will no doubt bring in some fun, and of course,
you have to love it.
Absolute favorite and OTRA follower, Miss Shotzi Blackheart.
I know. How does it go? No, that's not how it goes.
That was very close, but
no. I'm gonna get it. I'll remember at the end of the show, and then it'll be out of nowhere that it happened.
It's a wolf howl, but close enough. But Shotzi, follower of our show, she does watch, and we love the fact that she gets to once again spotlight at NXT's Halloween Havoc. It's like this event was built for her.
It really was. You have to think. And for y'all that don't know, Shotzi is a big fan of Halloween. Follow her Instagram. She will walk you through each and every scary movie that she has watched. If you watch it, you're more than welcome to speak with her. I think she would love the, back and forth. She's really good with, engaging with her fans.
Absolutely. Plus she does cameos too, which is always really nice. And she really does hardcore those things. So we certainly enjoyed ours. Match 1, here we go. And this is one that has definitely been a great storyline and rooted into a very personal vendetta as the betrayer of the Diamond Mine, Damon Kemp, will go one-on-one with Creed brother Julius Creed in an ambulance match, feeling that they needed to settle this in a most defined way possible. Brutus, of course, got his shot at Damon a couple of weeks ago on NXT, was not able to get the job done. So now, not only is this a very personal matchup between Diamond Mine and former member, but also Julius is fighting for a lot more than just a W in this match, because if he loses, his brother Brutus is gone from NXT.
I have a quick question, and I think if I have it correct, wasn't Roderick Strong the one that was trying to tell Diamond Mine about this gentleman over here, and nobody believed him because they thought he was trying to break up the group, when in all actuality, once he found out, as much as he didn't like their, whatever they were doing, he was trying to alert everybody, hey, we've got someone in the group that's trying to pull us apart. Might as well be on the lookout for that.
And unfortunately, by the time they figured it out, it was too late. And Alyssa and I, we got to see the betrayal live when we went to the last one that was in Orlando. Alyssa, do you think that gives Damon an edge, or do you think Julius now at this point is watching over his shoulder?
Yeah, I hope he's watching over his shoulder when you got your brother career on your back. Come on now.
Let's say Brutus's career also on the line in this match. He's not allowed to interfere in the match in any way. Julius has to go alone. Roderick, of course, still recovering from the beating that Damon gave him outside the Performance Center on the night that Damon turned on them. So at this stage, Julius is going to have to go alone on this one, and I don't know necessarily if anybody's going to be able to provide any assistance. But with this one being so rooted and so deeply personal, I can't imagine that Julius is going to want any assistance. But let's first take a look at where the OTRAs are at. Now, of course, these are not official until the bell actually rings for the match on Saturday, but we can at least let you know where we're at the moment. Right now, we are, I'm over here, 80% of our voters, I know that's kind of hard to see, but 80% of our voters are going with Julius Creed to pick up the victory in this ambulance match. I'm ahead on the board right now, so that means I'll be leading things off. Diamond Mine was one of the best creations, I would say, of NXT in quite some time. You had a lot of the big groups that you've known about, such as the Shield.
Yeah.
You look at, the Four Horsewomen kind of started there. But it's one group that really got its foothold in NXT and has managed to be able to maintain that storyline without immediately taking that momentum and jumping to the main roster. But now that you've had the crack in the armor of Diamond Mine, it now has resulted in them needing to settle this score. And I just feel like with his brother's career on the line, as well as all the animosity, as long as Julius can keep a cool head and can be able to go through this, he has the experience advantage. And with so much on the line, I do like Julius to win this match. Alyssa? Let her make her picks. I will be back in a moment.
As far as this actual match goes, you can't put somebody's family on the line and then expect that you're not gonna get beat down. I think I think Kemp did a really good job of playing the manipulation in the back, slithering around like he was a damn snake. Yes, I think it was a really good way to weasel his way in and get to what he wanted. But ultimately, when it comes to the actual outcome, again, when family's on the line, you're gonna do what you need to do. So I like Julius winning.
Yeah.
I'm all for not having snakes in your camp. So for me, and I know that sounds really harsh, but it is what it is. Again, I like Julius. It's not the first time that him and his brother had to actually put something on the line. The last time, I think wasn't it their careers or something?
Their careers against the tag titles.
Exactly. And so for this, I feel like Julius has an edge only because he's been through this once with his career, but now he's going through it where it's not just his career, it's his brother's career. So if this does not happen to where he wins, and Kemp, the man with the nice eyebrows, because he's got real nice eyebrows, if he ends up somehow winning over everything, then what you're truly fighting for must have not meant a lot. For me, again, even though Kemp has nice eyebrows, I'm pulling for Julius.
So eyebrows are everything. You're learning it here first. If you need to know the secret to becoming a championship caliber wrestler,
yes,
it's the eyebrows.
I didn't say the eyebrows were everything. I just said the eyebrows were nice.
No comment. But either way, and the hardest part for a person like Brutus is going to end up being that he is not allowed to interfere in this match in any way. He is not allowed to get involved.
No, I have a question.
So how hard does it be when your career is on the line and you can do nothing but watch?
I have a question. Roderick Strong, you said is hurt, and Brutus can't get involved. You got a snake on the other side. What about the two ladies of the group? Can they?
Yeah, I was supposed to say, where's
Can they be out there?
The only person I've been told is that Brutus is not allowed to get involved.
Okay.
But I can't imagine truly how much Ivy and It's not Fallon. It's Tatum Paxley. I can't imagine how much they're going to truly be able to do in this match, but that doesn't mean the Diamond Mine's not going to show up without a plan. And Roddy, despite being hurt, could very well still get involved. But you also wonder, is he playing the long game here, and maybe he's been behind Kemp the whole time. So it'd be interesting to see how that potentially turns out, because maybe it was Roderick the whole time, and Kemp was the one who, kind of let him off the trail by doing what he needed to do.
I wouldn't be surprised by that, because Roderick Strong has played that hand before, so.
So we'll see how it plays out. But as for the moment, unless the OTRAs change their pick, we got Julius Creed across the board. Moving to match number 2, and this is our first of 2, what they call spin the wheel, make the deal match, which is where the wheel gets spun and you have an opportunity to essentially have an entire wheel worth of potential matches that you can end up with. And this definitely heated rivalry being taglined as good friends, better enemies. Will now go head-to-head in what was spun as a weapons wild match. Essentially any weapon available for use between these two young ladies as former friends, now bitter rivals. Roxanne, Perez, and Cora Jade will now go one-on-one again at Halloween Havoc.
My goodness.
The two of them each got to handpick the opponent of their for Halloween Havoc on last week's NXT. Cora ended up picking Rhea Ripley from Raw to come over, and she absolutely took Roxanne to the woodshed in what was a match. Roxy gave it her best, but too much Rhea, and that's not necessarily a surprise. Cora actually ended up having to face Raquel Rodriguez from SmackDown, who was chosen by Roxanne. Cora actually ended up winning the match by disqualification when Cora ended up bringing her sword thing into the ring. Raquel ended up with it and wore her tiny butt out to the fun of everyone else before Roxanne came in and got her swings as well. This has become deeply heated ever since they won the NXT Women's Tag Titles a couple of months ago. Cora turned on her the next week and basically said, "You were never a friend to me, you were always trash," and now at this point it's finally time to settle this once and for all.
Okay, so I need to start with a question. I've never seen a weapons match like this before. So are there disqualifications in here? Or?
Nope.
All weapons allowed. Weapons
and
wild.
Are all the pinfalls like in the ring and
Pinfall submission's the only way to win. No disqualifications, no countouts, anything's allowed to be used.
All I'm gonna say is this is some good storytelling. Like, this has been one of my favorite things to watch overall throughout the two of them. Like, seeing them go from besties to frenemies to enemies. Like, it's just, I enjoyed watching her heel turn. I didn't like her throwing that belt in the trash because what are you doing?
Disrespectful.
What are you doing? But we digress. We're going to move on. But I think this one's going to be a really good match. I think it's going to come down to the wire. But I don't know.
Well, if you go back and you look at it, you mentioned the throwing the belt in the trash, but let's also remember the other piece to it. Remember, she was the one with the contract, with the newcomer contract.
Yeah.
And she had Mandy Rose beat a couple of months ago, and then it was Cora turning on her that ultimately ended up deciding.
Right.
Roxanne was a handful of seconds from being a double champion in NXT in just her first month and a half, and
but
all
she
of a sudden
couldn't take her friend being successful.
Hater.
It's a hater.
That was the haterade. Hater.
Kia, your thoughts?
I'm over here talking crap about the hater, but for what it is, I feel like, all smiles aside, I feel like that's not going to help. I feel like having this demeanor and this face and this just, I don't give a attitude, I think will get her far. For me, I can't say no more, even though, like Alyssa said, it has been very good storytelling between both of these, ladies. All I'm going to say, and for me, I feel like this, for me, she would have to be my pick. So let's go ahead and take back those hater comments. I'm sorry. If you see this, you did not hear that.
So is that an official pick?
That is my official pick. I feel like Cora Jade is going to give it her all, but I feel like somehow, some way, she's going to literally have Perez in the middle of the ring and drag her and pull her and literally make her submit. I feel like she's going to stretch her into a pretzel and then sit on her or something. I don't know. It's just like the whole AJ Lee thing all over again.
This does have an AJ Caitlyn type of feel.
It really
if you go back
does,
about a decade ago. Before we get to the picks, come on, can we say something about this render? This is perfect right here, okay? The hat, the face, the side. Bron, please don't kill me. But, you know, this is a magnificent render across the way. Her and Breaker are dating. This is common knowledge.
No, it's not. Not to me.
Check your social media more.
See, that's what it is.
But yes, Cora and Breaker. Sorry if that's a spoiler to anyone, but Cora and Breaker are dating in real life.
Wow.
Good for her.
Okay.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bravo. But let's move on to the picks here. Let's start with the OTRAs. And again, this is only where we are at right now as of this exact moment. Right now, we are 67% Roxanne over Cora Jade at the moment. I know it's not easy to see with the purple-orange background-esque, but right now it looks like the OTRAs are leaning towards Roxanne, but that's close enough that a couple of votes the other way could potentially swing things, you know, so again, go to community page. Alyssa, you're up. Well, I guess technically Kia was up because she made her pick already, kinda, so you're staying with Cora? It's fine.
I feel like she's going to take every type of weapon, use it to mar, scar, mess up her pretty face and body, and then once she has beat the holy bejesus out of her, I feel like she's going to stretch her into a pretzel and sit on her. So yeah, Cora Jade's my pick. I'm sorry.
Duly noted. Alyssa?
This is a head and heart vote right here.
It is for me too, honestly.
It's hurting me because like I want to go with my brain and think like this is a evil event. This is your heel person. This is everything is telling me to go with Cora, like my head, but my heart is telling me go with Perez because like you just mentioned, she had Mandy beat. Nobody beats Mandy. She had Mandy beat. She also has faced some tougher opponents. Who's the lady from with the I'm so sorry, with the streamers?
Sotomora.
Mm-hmm. She's fought
and went well with
went well with Sotomora. So it's like I think I'm gonna have to go and flip the script on myself and go with Perez.
You gonna go with Roxanne?
I'm gonna go with Roxanne.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Cora, and it's strictly because of the fact that I still haven't seen enough from Roxanne yet that shows that she has that killer instinct quite yet. Because every single time that she's had an opportunity to take a swing at Cora, Cora's gotten away, and Roxanne has not been willing to give chase and go finish the job. Cora, meanwhile, has wasted no time taking any angle and any sidetrack possible. Weapons wild means, you know, essentially it's going to be a little bit of luck. What weapon do you find? What are you able to use? Right moment, right time. But I just feel like I still haven't seen the killer instinct out of Roxanne yet. We may see it on Saturday, but I just don't think it's there yet. And until I see it, I can't, in good faith, take her in this one. My heart goes for Roxanne. I'm kind of like you, but I'm thinking this is a head pick here, and I'm gonna go with Cora Jade.
You know what you just did? You just gave Alyssa that pick because the moment you said that, she already heard you. She is going to literally find that killer instinct, hopefully for Halloween Havoc, and she's going to use it at free advantage to beat the brakes off of this one. You just got a point, ma'am.
How many points am I ahead again?
That doesn't matter.
I can afford a slipper too.
But see, you and your 50-50s in that comment, she gonna win.
Moving to the other spin the wheel, make the deal match, and that is actually going to be spun at Halloween Havoc itself. There's discussion about bringing back Chucky again to potentially spin the wheel like they did last year, but we'll see how it all turns out. But this one has gotten into a bit of rivalry as well. Apollo Crews returning to NXT a couple of months ago, and it's been Grayson Waller who has made his life pretty hell since then. They now have an opportunity in a match that right now neither one of them know what the end result of this match is going to be because you don't know what type of match. So you truly have to be prepared for anything. But we will see if when all the chips are on the table, if Grayson Waller can hang with the WWE vet Apollo Crews. Let you start.
I said it off camera. I'm gonna say it on camera. This render is not doing him any favors. So whatever this is, they need to go ahead and put it up underneath a mask, and let's just let it be. Or they might be trying to do that anyway. Not spoiling anything for this. I like Grayson Waller. I really do. I like his whole everything. I love Apollo. Apollo has been the one that you can put him anywhere, anytime, against anyone, and he's willing to take on anyone, everyone, and make it look good. Also, he's a Georgia boy.
Hey.
Stone Mountain.
Woo!
It's not where he's hailed from in his videos, but he is from Stone Mountain. So good on him. But continue.
Okay, Grayson Waller, I love him. He's great. He makes what he does look good, but Apollo does it so much better. And for me, it doesn't matter who's across the way for Apollo. He's going to take it to the mat, and he's going to take it to that person. So yeah. But that doesn't guarantee my pick.
That's been the one holdover for Apollo through most of his career, with the exception of a brief U.S. title run during the early parts of the pandemic era. Apollo has always been known as the one that can't win the big one. He can't win that one defining match. And it's been the one thing that's truly held him back. And part of the reason why he chose to return to NXT is because he needed to get back to his roots. He needed to get back to what made him great and popular to start with, and what better than the NXT universe to kind of revive that spirit that you previously had. But Waller has come in and done exactly what Waller does best, and that is be the icon, be the guy in the spotlight. He lives for that spotlight, and it doesn't matter who he's taking it from. We've seen him go up and take the best of the best out. He's gone head-to-head with people like Austin Theory. More on him here in a little bit. He, of course, was the one who for months took out Johnny Gargano, and wasted no time telling everyone about it. He's fought for the NXT title. He's fought for the North American title. It's just a matter of time before Waller gets his big break, and you wonder if getting a win over a WWE vet like Cruz is going to be his pathway there. Alyssa?
How am I supposed to match that? How am I supposed to follow that up? Come on, y'all.
Don't!
Exactly. So what am I supposed to say? It's this time, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is.
Put it on the shirt.
Yes. I'm telling y'all, we're going to have to get some shirts, because that is my favorite thing to say.
Christmas ideas.
All I know is, because I don't know much, really, if we're keeping it real. All I know is you can't sit here and bust up my eye.
Oh, yeah.
And then expect me to take it easy on you. No, I'm finna whoop you. I'm finna whoop you up and down, left and right, through the wheel, on the wheel, with the wheel. There you go. I love it. With the wheel. Come on now. You better tell somebody. No.
See Cruz just snapping the wheel in half. And then,
I need you to do it now at this point.
please,
I have to
make
see
this
it.
happen. Hey,
Please.
H, please take the idea.
Please. You can give me a little credit, Y'all already know what I look like. And if you don't, you can go find another video.
The OTRA's picks here. Let's see where they've got
That's
things
funny.
leaning at the moment.
Y'all are smart.
Goodness gracious. 98% of our voters are going Apollo Crews. No love for Waller in this match at all.
He be aight.
Sorry. I mean, look
It
at the
was
render.
clearly the smile, right?
Look at the render.
It's not working.
It's a no for me, dog.
Alyssa, you get to start this one off.
I think I made my choice very clear.
She was very passionate.
Sorry. We're gonna go Apollo here.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to take long. I'm taking Apollo as well. Waller's got a long career in front of him. Still in NXT. I fully expect championship gold in his future. But this is one that if you're going to end this right here, Apollo needs to win this one. I got Cruz.
Oh, y'all got Apollo?
Mm-hmm.
I got him too. I mean...
Just making it official. The smile, this ain't getting it done for you.
I'm sorry. It's a no.
Does this help?
Still no.
Yeah, no, it really... Actually,
sorry.
yeah, it makes it a little bit better, but now his nose is crooked, so I
Lord. Oh, no, not the cricket.
It's
no.
all down to the renders and the eyebrows. We are
Man.
establishing something here today. You want to be a professional wrestler, the ladies are going to tell you how to get there. This is the way
It's
you
very
need to
simple.
look. It's not going to help you
very
with shit in
simple
your
here.
ring, but, this is how you're going to look.
No, but you
Exactly.
have the brother right here who... Yeah,
Bro.
I said what I said.
Not allowed to say. Okay.
So,
Canceled!
I said what I said. First of all, you, like Alyssa said, you can't bust up my eye and expect me not to come at you.
bro, I'm coming at you full force.
There
What do you
you
think this is?
So my pick is for Apollo, and we can go ahead and make that 98% 100.
100.
Who's the one person who voted for Grayson? Come on, get
Yeah,
in
we
the
need
chat.
to see you.
Get in the chat. I need to hear from you, please.
I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't do that.
We're not mad at y'all. We just want to talk to you.
Just want to talk.
Let's move to, we're at the halfway point, Halloween Havoc. How are we doing so far? Feel free to let us know. We move into the fourth match, which is the start of our 3 championship matches set for Halloween Havoc. The first being for the NXT Women's Championship. Theme lined, will the Fyre feel the thorns of rose? I love that we're getting taglines for this, but it is for the Women's Championship. Do you want belt or bat? Both. she says.
Oh my God.
And it's upside down. But that's okay.
Oh.
But Mandy Rose, who, if she can get out of this match, is just 2 calendar days after this away from a full year as champion. It was Halloween Havoc. Me and you attended it live, Kia.
Mm-hmm.
That Mandy defeated, at the time, Raquel Gonzalez to win the NXT Championship with a nice assist from Dakota at the time. But Mandy, we weren't sure how long that reign is going to last. And now a year later, at the same event, here we are still talking about the run of Rose. But she faces arguably her toughest challenge yet. You look at the people she's beaten up to this point. She has defeated the likes of Raquel Rodriguez in a rematch. She's beaten Dakota Kai. She's beaten Cora Jade. She's beaten Roxanne Perez with controversy. And she unified the titles, beating both Blair Davenport and Miko Satomura to win the United Kingdom title as well.
Respect.
She's done it all. And now faces arguably her toughest challenge yet in that of the former forever champ from the UK. Used to be Kaylee Ray, now Alba. Fyre. How ironic you have a bat at the moment. It's just, we're not setting our bat on fire, sorry.
I wanted to.
We just got back in our house. We're not burning down our house. But either way, this honestly is one of the better matches of the night. They've written the story well. I'm interested to very much see if it's time for that title change here. Mandy, as I said, has done it all. She has represented NXT well. And I think even you and I gave her a lot of flack when she first won the championship. Like, is this really the path you want to go here? And all she's done week after week after week is show up and show out. Toxic Attraction standing behind her. They've created one of the best women's groups we've seen since the Four Horsewomen. And so it's time to see, up against a person who over 600 days as a champion herself, no slouch herself over there in the UK. It's now time to put up or shut up, as Fyre has had seemingly Mandy's number every step of the way, but now can she have her number one more time?
I feel like, honestly, and let's put it for what it is, to everybody that knows I am a huge Shield fan, I feel like Toxic Attraction has kind of been like the female Shield. Everything that they've done together. There's been no difficulties, and when there was, they came together, they thought about it. Let me give it up for Mandy. I'm very proud of her for holding on to that title for a year. Yes, ma'am, and then unifying the titles? Do you know how difficult that is? You have a target on your back, and the fact that you don't care that you have a target on your back and you're doing what you're doing, that's excellent. And honestly, I hope you hold on to those titles. Now, Miss Fyre, I'm scared of you, and I'm not scared of nothing. I feel like, honestly, Mandy's going up against one of her tougher opponents, and that's just my opinion personally. I feel like Alba's going to give her everything she has, hopefully bringing the fire with her, and, kind of burning the Rose down, and there's no theme song. There it is, never mind. You can hear it in the background. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be one of the best matches I want to see. You have to understand, I love women's matches. So this is going to be my match right here.
Alyssa?
Oh, Lord. That
Christmas ideas, y'all.
That ended a lot faster than I thought it was. No. I really have to kind of piggyback off what y'all said. When it comes to Mandy, like, even though I didn't see her, like, in the original, like, when she was on the main roster, I didn't see all that, but when she came in, I was just like, okay, like, alright, okay. And then they put her with JC and Gigi, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. They've done well, and I think Mandy's done well, and when Alba came over, I was like, yo, who is this crazy girl with a bat?
I remember that.
I like it. And I've liked her every step of the way. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
For the
Step with the fire, girl.
For the fans that heard that comment, I was there when Alyssa made that comment firsthand, so what she's saying is true. Also, let me go back and reiterate. When Mandy was on the main roster, I don't think they did her right. So for her to want to come back to NXT like a lot of others and come down to where you're going to be wanted and you're going to be cared for down there, I feel like you coming back was the best decision you could have made.
Mm-hmm. And it's rebuilt her character, and it's also helped to pump the career of 2 other young ladies as well, who have an opportunity now at some stage, whether this is the end of Mandy's run or not. It gives Toxic Attraction a permanent place on the main roster where the moment they come in, they are immediate threats to whomever the champion is, whether they end up on SmackDown and you're going for Ronda, or you end up on Raw and you're going for Bianca. All of a sudden, you give me Mandy Rose, Bianca Belair a year ago, it's a mismatch. Bianca wins in a minute or two. I'm not so convinced that Bianca could so easily take Mandy now, because I think Mandy has done exactly what she set back out to NXT to do, like you mentioned, where she came back, she honed her craft, and as such is closing in on a year as champion. And that's kind of like the gold standard in NXT, because there's only a handful of people that have done it. I mean, even the 4 Horsewomen can't lay claim to that. In fact, Becky never won it. And yet here she is as, a champion for closing in on a year. She's got one obstacle left. Let's move to the OTRA's pick to start things off. Again, not official until the bell rings. We've got a tie.
Oh, it's split.
It is split down the center right now. 50-50, Mandy and Alba. So what that means is that any one singular vote could potentially sway the vote of the OTRA. So this is the one to go back into that community page and put in your vote, because this one is going to come right down to the wire, it appears, between these two. We've spun it around to where I'm back up first again. And, I've given praise every step of the way to both of these ladies. They both follow us here on our social media, and both Mandy and Kaylee, or Alba was Kaylee Ray at the time, but she's followed us every step of the way as well. So this is one that's fun for us, because we actually get 2 of our followers going head-to-head. So unfortunately, that means we have to pick against one of our own followers, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Tis the nature of the beast.
I picked the ref.
Asha, please, Daphne, whomever. Who's the little skinny white one? I like her. Either way, not the point. I've already been canceled once in this episode, so I might as well go and get my shots in. I look at this, and again, I give all the praise in the world to both of these ladies, primarily to Mandy. Because, again, Mandy, let's call it what it is. When she came back to NXT, she was viewed as a joke by most of the universe. And while they were happy to have her, she's got the look, she has all the appearance of someone who can do it, but now she's proven she can do it in the ring and has taken on any and all comers, including the best of the best. I mean, again, you can count on probably 2 hands the number of times Miko Satomura has lost in her career. So the fact is, you put a win over Satomura on your resume. I mean, that's a career-defining type of win. And Alyssa and I were privileged to see that match live. So congrats to Mandy unifying the championships. And she's saved her career, by essentially taking the chance, going back to NXT and doing exactly what you set out to do. You look at Alba, who on the same side has basically defined the women's division over in the UK with Satomura, because it took someone like Miko to take that title off of her after over 600 days as champion, and then making the trek over to America to take on a whole new slew of opponents. She's worked her way up through the ranks, has beaten some of the best that NXT has to offer, and so now she gets her shot at the gold. At an event like Halloween Havoc, you just feel like the person who has that little bit of extra spirit in her is going to be the one that's going to have the advantage. So I'm actually going to call the upset here, if you can call it that. I'm going Alba Fyre to beat Mandy Rose, and I think the title run for Toxic Attraction ends here. And I think they become the main event attraction, or the main roster attraction, if you will. I like Fyre winning the title.
Ooh, Alyssa?
I think I'm going Fyre too. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because you got to think. He hit the nail on the head. I think it's time for Toxic Attraction to go up and face other people. Go beat the main roster people. Come on, girl.
And with respects to my pick, and I don't know, Alyssa, feel free to piggyback. This is not a slight on Mandy. Absolutely not. I just think Alba.
I think it's time for her to go do something bigger.
I know. I think exactly. I think it's time for Mandy to now return back to where
it all started.
Where it didn't work out, and let's go make it work on the second try around. And I think you're leaving NXT in good hands if that happens.
Absolutely.
Mandy, if you're watching, I'm the only person rooting for you in this room. I am
well,
sorry.
half of the group is.
No. I said in this room. I didn't say that. I said in this room. Mandy, I'm picking for you. I know you've probably been a thorn in everybody's side over the year, but hey, you've been a beautiful thorn. So I'm pulling for you.
Man, it's all right. So we've got.
Nothing against Fyre.
We also got to establish, like, if the OTRA's finishing a tie, do they get half a point? We need to set a rule on this. We flip a coin.
So nothing against Alba Fyre. Please don't come burn me. I'm already kind of burnt in like my hands. Don't scorch me, please.
Poor thing. You've been taking care of kids all week.
1-year-olds.
I know. That's got to be fun.
Oh, it is. Especially when they bite you, crawl on you, and like decide to hang off you like a tree.
All right. 2 matches left on our card. Let's move to the vacated North American Championship, our first of 2 multi-person matches. This is a ladder match, which somehow every time the North American title gets vacated, somehow, some way, it always ends up being a ladder match that ends up being what brings it back. So why change things now? Tagline, climb the stairway to hell. Alyssa is laughing, and I'm pretty sure I know why. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah.
It's forehead. We're sorry. That's just the name you got in this house.
But the North American Championship will finally have itself a new or possibly a renewed owner. 5-way match. First person to climb the ladder and retrieve the vacant title wins it. It is Nathan Frazier, Oro Mensah, former 2-time champion Carmelo Hayes, Wes Lee, and forehead Von Wagner. You can hear the chuckles from the back already. Let's first, for those who are not aware, why the UK or why the North American title was vacated in the first place. It was previously held by Carmelo Hayes until he had to defend it in a match that was supposed to be a match decided by the fans. It was ultimately Wes Lee, who also was in this match, that was decided for that. But Carmelo and Trick Williams would ultimately attack Wes backstage, thus preventing the match from happening. However, he still would have his challenge answered anyway by the Bloodline member Solo Sikoa, who would come out and thump Carmelo that evening, winning the North American title. Unfortunately, 6 days later, he would be stripped of the championship because Shawn Michaels declaring that he was not an active participant in that particular match. So unfortunately, the title was eventually vacated. Carmelo believed he should just have had it handed back, but now he'll have to go win it in a ladder match, something he has done once already. So it's not like he's going into foreign territory, but now a championship that's been vacated for a few weeks will now have a new owner, and 4 out of 5 shot at some new plates, with some newcomers also getting a chance to have the spotlight.
It'd be your own people that'd be doing you dirty. I'm just...
It'd be your own folks.
We are getting this is it. This might be the final episode, y'all. I hope you enjoy it, because if this somehow gets up on YouTube, this might be it. Ooh, I thought we'd get to the holidays, but
it's all love in the hood, man. I already said that.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm tired. She tired. We all tired. We're trying, though.
So can we also say...
But we ain't wrong.
3 out of the 5 decent-looking men, not forehead, and not the middleman. Just let's go ahead. That dude...
you talking about boo-boo stain?
I'm going to sit over here. Damn.
Y'all want me to drop the camera again?
Might need it here in a minute. Alyssa's going to jump in here while she gets herself back.
Okay, so, Steven will let you start so I can kind of...
I already did.
Okay, so for me, I feel like, again, Wesley has had a lot to fight for. He technically lost his tag team partner a while back.
That's a topic you don't want us to start here. Boy, he was done wrong. He was done dirty.
He was under. Wesley has literally had to jump from tag team contention or tag team partnership to solo. And can I say, with all the love in the world, he has done great. Despite all the ups, all the downs, and how everybody's been putting him down. Mainly Carmelo, again, we're going to leave that off the table because I don't want to get canceled. You have to think, he's literally not only fighting for his career, fighting for himself, and fighting to show everybody, I'm not just what you think I am. I'm not just a tag team person. I can fight solo. I got this. I can do this. Carmelo, as nice as you are and as great as you were a champion, in my opinion, I feel like they could have had better. I'm saying that for what it is. Wesley could have been champion. You know, that would have been my pick. To the dude over here, I do not think I've seen NXT enough to know enough about him. I'm trying to figure out when Oreo decided to become, is that his name? Did I pronounce it correct?
Oro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Or I'm so sorry. If you're seeing this, please forgive my ignorance.
I just want an Oreo.
Yeah.
I'm going for Oreos after this. This
Bet it
episode is
up.
brought to you by Nabisco.
Oh my god.
We're just kidding.
Ding!
I feel like
We'll take a joke.
I don't know what these two bring to the table, but I could tell. I feel like it's going to be something. It's going to be good, strong competition. You're going to need it because you have to think this brother right here has been holding that title that Steve has for a very long time before Wesley and him got into it, and then I'm not.
Vaughn.
Just be done.
I'm done. I don't even want to say nothing bad about.
Vaughn.
Alyssa.
Oh, there I go. We should start putting an count
That's
on
it.
each video so it can be interactive for y'all.
So
I
far,
start-
it's been like
We'll
5.
set an over-under for like a bonus point or
There you
something.
go.
So far, it's been 5.
All right. So
6.
okay, I need a little background information on Nathan Frazier.
Frazier was mainly he's been in the UK. He's one of the guys that came over from the UK brand when the United Kingdom brand split into the European brand.
Okay.
Because Europe is not ready to start yet. He's getting him some time over here in the Americas. He is a former Cup champion over there, so he has won gold over there. But essentially is looking for his first opportunity, first taste of gold here in America, NXT.
Okay.
Okay. And
Oro.
yeah, Oro, he's new too.
Oro is, first of all, I'm just going to say, as kindly as I can put it, the dark ladies are thirsting
Yes.
quite strongly for this
I'm
gentleman.
glad he knows.
I'm glad he knows it.
Because the picture up here doesn't do him justice. I mean, but he is
That smile,
he is
beard.
all good smile, good hair, good looks. All I know is the timeline that we see from our followers is very, very, very super thirsty for Oro Mensah. So suffice to say, our following is not going to be upset if Oro picks up the win here. But he's actually pretty much brand new to the NXT scene on any front. But he's definitely made a name for himself. He ended up qualifying in only his second match, so definitely has the rookie mentality of NXT. But we've seen how some folks can come in here. I mean, when Kevin Owens won the NXT title in less than a month, so I
And
mean,
let's not even. And for those who actually came in, who did he win it off of?
Sammy,
Dang.
That was supposed to be a
too late. We're already canceled, so.
No, we're not. We're still going.
Sorry. We're sorry.
We're like the wheels on the bus around here.
Keep going round and round, boy.
Thoughts on the others before we get to the picks?
I mean, Carmelo did a good job when he was champion. He would call his shot and he'd get it done. So, I mean, I like Carmelo. Wesley, I haven't watched him as much, so I really saw him in like his tag team time, and then I kind of stopped. No offense, but
You're not talking about Vaughn. I mean, I was just sitting here wondering, like, we saw Vaughn outside of the Performance Center when we went to the last event, and I just kept sitting here the whole time going, okay, he's right over there. Will Alyssa go say hi?
no, Alyssa will not.
She did not.
Alyssa will
I
not.
took the
I
time
said,
to
"Oh
go
my
over and
god."
see Nikita instead. Nikita and Amari. So, lovely to see you ladies. Hope to see you again. Caden and Katana, met them at a restaurant about an hour or so later. They were absolute sweethearts.
They were.
So wonderful. Thank you so much if you're watching. Please like, follow, subscribe, all the other fun words. That's it.
Turn on notifications.
There you go.
Yep.
But let's move to the picks. Now, of course, multiple people in this one, so the votes are going to kind of be all over the place. But let's see where we stand at the moment.
Oh.
And right now, we actually have a tie on this one, too, at least for the front runners. Is right now both Nathan Frazier and Carmelo Hayes are both sitting at 38% of the vote. And I'm going to guess that's Wesley with the 13%, so he's kind of in the third slot. None of those points are touching Vaughn, so I'm going to guess that's Wesley. So, again, multiple people and, a little bit of luck involved with this one as well. So, moving, ladder match rules, you know what you kind of have here for 3 people that definitely are built to fly and one that's definitely not, but also would have the size and strength advantage in this particular match if you're talking about Wagner. So, Kia, you're up first. Who do you like to walk out with the vacated title?
To the person that has 13%, I'm pulling for you. That'd be my dude, Wesley. Like I said, he literally has been firing on all cylinders despite him being put down by some people across the board, name no names. I feel like he's going to win. I feel like some way, somehow, he is going to get it done. So, Wesley it is.
And is it because his eyebrows are on point?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it working for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vaughn's on the other hand,
No.
not so much.
So sorry.
I'm done.
Alyssa?
It's enough for me, dog. Lord. Okay, so I can go ahead and start with who I know I'm not going to go with. Because that's how I'm going to have to justify this in my head. Because
Who are you going to put in this list?
well, we can go ahead and start with Vaughn. And it's not even because of like all the jokey jokes. I just remember watching some of NXT and him and his manager or
Mr. Stone.
Yeah, Mr. Stone, they were not clicking. He was having to get Mr. Stone's head in the game. And I was like,
Still not. Mr. Stone keeps getting
Exactly.
involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, and
Mr.
Mr. Stone is going to end up messing you up. So that's a no for me. I don't know Nathan.
Well, apparently the Ultras do if they're picking just as
I love
just
that
as
for y'all.
likely.
I haven't watched him, so I can't.
Well, the most you can give is you saw the 2 out of 3 series with Axiom.
Yeah.
You know, that's really about
That's
the best
true.
you could do, and he did take 2 out of 3
He
from a very good
did.
Axiom competitor.
Yes, he did.
He reminds me of Heath Slater a little bit, but you know what? Keep going.
Yeah, I get the vibe. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't go with the new guy. You are very pretty though, so.
She might next time.
Yeah,
Mensah?
maybe.
Oh, Oreo.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
your new
that's what you will
nickname,
now
sir.
be known as for the rest
Look
of
at
your
that
life.
dark beard, them beautiful white teeth, and that dark hair. Yes, sir. There we go.
Boom.
It's official. He's Oreo now. Sorry, sir, if that offends you. And then.
I will dip you in there.
Oh my gosh! All right, now we're canceled.
Now we're definitely
Now we're
canceled.
down. Now we're canceled.
Hey.
All right. Ugh. I think I'm gonna have to stick to what I know. For this one, I think I'm gonna have to go with what I know. I know Carmelo.
Gonna shoot his shot and he ain't gonna miss.
I think so. I mean, he's all talk. He also has Trick in his corner.
Ladder match, no
yeah,
disqualifications.
exactly. He has Trick in his corner, and he misses his title.
This is baby.
Yeah, he misses his baby.
Come and get it.
He got clean
Shut
pants
up.
too, so. he good.
You know, I'll make mine, you know, relatively quick. And as much as, you know, I want to sit here and actually I want to call the upset, I really do, and take Oro. I can't picture them putting the title on him this quickly.
Yeah.
But that being said, you know, if he's beginning to be the one that's very popular amongst the NXT universe as well as on social media, maybe that's the right guy to go for the job. Also, the possibility that you look at a couple of these guys, maybe Wagner, definitely Hayes, could be main roster bound. So, you know, you look at competitors like this. But I'm going to kind of piggyback on Kia here. I'm going to go Wes Lee as well. I feel like Lee got screwed out of his opportunity, and yeah, it ended up being Solo that ultimately ended up, you know, netting the benefit. Carmelo lost anyway. But this is a match built for Wes Lee. This is absolutely a high flyer, very fast, and in a match like this, it helps. You're going to have to stay away from Wagner. You're going to have to stay away from Carmelo and any tricks that he's got potentially up his sleeve with possibly Trick Williams there. And that's no slight against Oro or against Frazier. You could pick Frazier for exactly the same reason. You know, high flyer, but I think Frazier may not have as much in the tank as Wes does right now just because of his 2 out of 3 series with Axiom. So I feel like it's a situation where, you know, Wes may just want it, but at the same time, you know, Wes has been the guy who has had to just kind of go through it the entire time. He lost his partner, and honestly, I thought he was done just because...
I did too.
What are you going to do with him? And he has come in and has absolutely turned himself into a great singles competitor.
Yes.
And I feel like this is the right time to, you know, to kind of ordinate him as the new face of the division. I don't know if it would be a long reign, but we'll run with it. But I'm going to take Wes Lee to win the title here as well.
Yes, sir.
Any more words about any of our gentlemen up here before we move to our last match? Because you're probably going to get your sound bite and your volume alert here on this next one.
Hello?
You're not hello.
Hello. That was a very
Hello.
seductive hello. Are you sure this isn't Valentine's Day Massacre or something? Last match, our main event, a triple threat. The most terrifying triple threat of terror, according to the tagline over there. It is for the NXT Championship. For current champion Bron Breakker, defending for the 8th time since becoming champion. And he has taken on the likes of a lot of good competitors, including his most recent defense over former UK champion Tyler Bate to unify the titles, but now faces 2 completely powerful challengers. One he's already beaten once before in UK call-up Jade McDonagh, And, of course, former United Kingdom champion and taker down of Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, making his move back from injury and coming over to NXT. As we've said in previous episodes, Gunther currently only sitting with 2 losses, and there they both are. So that tells you what kind of competition we are talking here in this type of match, because in 6+ years, Gunther only has just the 2 singles losses, and it came to Dragunov, and then 2 weeks later to Breaker. And that's been it. Otherwise, he's been dominant. So that tells you what kind of people we've got in this match. Triple threat rules means no disqualifications, no countouts, anything goes. First pin or submission takes the championship. Alyssa, take us home for our main event.
Don't start me with this. Come on now. All right. So we gotta justify this in my brain. All right. So you have McDonagh, right? And I've seen that evil side from him, that hurt you and like it side from him when it comes to, oh my gosh, when it comes to
I'm sorry.
when it comes down to like fighting. So you have that. It's Halloween, evil. Okay, yeah. Then you have on the other side, you have Ilya. And Ilya, again, was the person who took down Gunther. No.
Not many people.
Yes. And
Ended that
he ended that
700+
reign,
day UK
child.
title reign.
He was over there kicking behind. All right. But then you have Bron. And Bron has matured up. Bron has overcome a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Bron has fought some good people, Gunther included. Brought Tyler Bate in, took him out too. So it's like, I know the 2 that I'm leaning towards, but I don't know who I'm going to pick.
You got a couple of minutes to figure that out.
Golly.
Yeah?
All right.
So
I'll get you some water here in a second.
It's
Okay.
okay. I got
Well,
some
you
right
look
here.
extra thirsty.
I got a juice in there just for this right here. And it's grape. If anybody likes grape, hit me up.
Oh my God.
For me, I feel like Ilya, you have to understand, I'm used to the red eyes on him, so he looked more evil. I hope he actually comes back with the red eyes. That will do it. I feel like he's got this because, again, he's going up against Gunther, and why not go up against the other man over here, Breaker, who has also beaten Gunther. That'd be a great back and forth. And as much as I love me some McDonagh, just like I love me some Irish, Becky Lynch, Finn Balor, Sheamus, he on that list too. And I feel like it'll be a good triple threat, back and forth, around and around. Something just tells me though, like Alyssa said, and I like what you said, this man right here has gone to war for this title. He has literally fought wars and battles, climbed hills and mountains, gone around the valley, so forth and so on. I don't think, in my mind, I don't feel like he should lose his title. But again, it is what it is. Ilya, I think personally could take that title off of him, and that would be a major upset. But no, it really wouldn't. And McDonagh, as much as it's going to hurt me, I feel like he's just there for the pinfall. I'm sorry if you're saying
To
this.
make whoever the other person
Looks
wins
like-
doesn't look as weak.
I'm sorry if you hear this. No, you didn't.
Not if you heard it. No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't. Moving to our last picks here. Let's start, as always, with the OTRAs, and let's see where they're leaning at the moment. Again, not official till the bell rings.
Ooh.
57% are going Dragunov
Wow.
to win here. 29 going with Breaker to retain. So that means not much love here. That means less than 10% is only going for McDonagh. Don't make me do math at this hour. You know, that's 14%. There we go. I got it. But right now, a lot of the OTRA universe apparently going with Ilya Dragunov here to win the title. Again, remember, he didn't lose the UK title. He lost it due to injury.
True.
Ironically, battling McDonagh was the guy who actually was the one who injured him. So, you know, a little bit of a little UK score to settle there. But, you know, kind of an interesting call here. Again, not official until the bell rings. Go.
I think, honestly, piggybacking off what you're saying, I feel like Ilya may remember that. I feel like that probably will be sitting in the back of his mind. You're the one that put me on the shelf. You're the one that put me out of competition. And now I possibly could do the same to you, taking that title off of you.
And I'm not going to, and not only will I not make sure you don't win the title, but I'll take it in front of you.
Yeah, and I'll put you on the shelf. Ooh.
So you wonder, though, if that's going to be something that Ilya will be able to step in and come in with the right mindset. But we enter the last pick. Kia, you're up first. Fyre, take us home.
Again, like I stated, I feel like McDonagh is there for the pinfall. I feel like Breakker could technically hold onto the title, and I hope he does. But if anybody has to take it off of him, I'm hoping it's going to be Dragunov. So that he is personally my pick. Again, I feel like these two, he's going to remember, if you come in with the right mindset, you put me on the shelf. Now it's my turn to put you on the shelf, and it's my turn to take your title. So Dragunov is my pick.
Gotcha. And you know what? Honestly, I like that pick because, Dragunov has come in and, everyone knew what he could do in the UK. And, again, a pinfall win over Gunther. Actually, let me correct that. A submission win over Gunther, which makes it even that much more impressive that he was able to defeat, the big man to win that United Kingdom title. And then it's a title he never lost. It's a title he had to surrender due to injury. And Tyler Bate served it well, and then got over here to America and gave it his best against Breakker, but ultimately dropped it to Breakker when they unified the two titles together. I do agree with what you say that I think McDonagh's here to take the pin, just to make sure that the other person, whoever doesn't win the match doesn't go out as the person who loses. So I think the lack of viewpoint for JD maybe not deserved, but when you look at who he's in the ring against, that kind of answers where that comes from. But I'm actually going to go Breakker to retain. I think that Breakker has done great things down in NXT, and I don't think they're ready to be done with that yet. I think this is a great introduction to Ilya into NXT and to build him up, and I do believe that he could be the one that eventually takes it from Breakker. Let's also remember that Breakker's first challenge for the NXT Championship came 1 year ago at Halloween Havoc. Everyone, even we did, we sat in that front row and assumed he was ordained to be the next one, and Ciampa decided, dressed as Kratos from God of War, that he was not done yet, and Breakker made one mistake. He ended up making up for it, won the title a few months later, and hasn't given it up, has hardly slipped since. And I don't think he slips here. Breakker has been up for every challenge, and the maturity is there now. He's going to have his homework done. He's going to be ready. A one-on-one with McDonagh previously will help him, and I do like Bron to win this one. Alyssa?
I think I'm going to go with Breakker as well. Again, watching him grow throughout all of this, watching his different title defenses, I think you took the words dead out of my mouth, and I'm so upset because I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, the only way I see Ilya taking it off of him would be if Breakker's getting called up.
Correct, and I absolutely could see it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I think this has all the makings of a match that could have that Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole type of feel from a few years ago, where there's going to be like just near fall after near fall after near fall. Because Ilya's that guy, especially in the match with Gunther, that it seemed like there were like 9 or 10 times that match should have ended, and yet it didn't. Ilya's one who just won't die, and that's been his mantra the entire time. So I feel like, the reason why that pinfall's not going to happen here and why McDonagh's going to end up being the one that takes it is just because Ilya's not going to be the one to fall in this match. And honestly, it could be Ilya just flat out outlasting the rest of them, and maybe that's how he ends up winning. But, hey, I like the pick. And Kia, you're looking for an opportunity to catch up. It looks like you're going to get your chance. You're going by yourself on a lot of these. So you're going to get your shot.
I like how you just threw me under the bus like that.
It's okay.
Well, it's only under the bus if you
well.
lose. If you win, then, hey, you're right back in the thick of it.
All right, we did say the wheels on the bus go round and round.
It's all right.
But that is Halloween Havoc. Thank you so much for joining us for yet another exciting episode. It'll be the last time we see you before the holidays, at least if you call Halloween the first of the holidays. We sure do. But on behalf of Alyssa behind the camera and us, enjoy Halloween Havoc this Saturday. We start moving towards, I guess it'd be Crown Jewel after that. Logan Paul and Roman Reigns for the title.
Excited, Jesus.
And that's, of course, an afternoon Saturday start 2 weeks later. So a lot to look forward to. But either way, I'm Steve. Kia, take us home.
I'm Kia. Behind the camera is Alyssa. Alyssa, say hi again.
What's up, y'all?
I hope that everybody's going to take time to watch Halloween Havoc. It is being done by two of the most eccentric people. Shotzi, who loves Halloween, and Quincy, he's just eccentric on his own. Anyway, I hope y'all watch. I hope y'all love. If y'all want to, please communicate with me, Alyssa, and Steve on the pics, why you made them and who you made them for. With that,
And don't cancel us.
Please.
Please.
This video contained a lot of personality.
I feel like I need to put a disclaimer.
That definitely has to go at the front. This video has a lot of personality.
Oh,
Good
my
luck.
Lord.
There it is.
Anyway.
Please don't cancel us. We love you and our fans and our fan base. Please don't.
Yeah. Hope y'all laugh at this.
Have a good one.
Bye.